Right, so interesting development since the last time I spoke. So I'm on the road because I had to somebody's abandoned me. So I came down with a friend. Oh, just look at the view, look at the view. You see, it's so quiet as well. So yeah, I came down with a guy or a friend of mine. That sounds a bit. Don't necessarily want to speak his name at the moment because I'm so angry. Um, so yeah, okay. So we decided to stop at the beach, and which was cool. And we kind of got the idea that it would be nice to have a fire because we were going to hang out there at the beach, and I was going to set up my tent and fine. And so we're looking for firewood. Bear in mind, I've already sort of contributed to petrol and money for the firewood and everything. So we came across this place that said, I don't like these roads. So we came across this place that said they had like loads of wood strewn about the place. I thought, oh cool, look, they've got loads of wood there, because we're trying to find a petrol station and stuff like that, and we just couldn't get hold of any wood for the fire. So we stopped at this place. No, I don't like this. It's so scary. Okay, let me cross the road. So we stopped at this place, and and so I've called the number that was on the sign that said to ring for the wood, and he said, "Oh, sorry, I'm not in operation now. I'll come back tomorrow. I'll sort you out with some wood tomorrow." And it's like, okay, fine. We're looking at the wood now. Could we just sort of step over the gate and get some wood? Because you've got plenty. You literally had plenty, just like strewn around, like thrown away. So, yeah. So that happened, and he said no, and then he rang us back and said, "Oh, there's a Bagging Beer Festival. Do you want to come along?" I was like, what do you think? Oh, look at the butterfly. I don't know whether you caught that. So yeah, this Banging Beer Festival. I'm going to try and make myself tidy in this road. Oh, I can see. Okay. Yeah, there's a Banging Beer Festival. Why don't you come along? It's really good. And I was like, yeah, should we check it out? And he's like, yeah, let's go and check it out. So I went to check it out. I had one beer. He had a beer. No, I had a cider, which was medium cider. It was really nice. He had a beer. Then he had another beer. And then he had another beer. And he kept saying, oh, let's go back to the beach. And I was like, the beach was like 20 minutes away. You've had like 3 drinks. I'd say here, but I don't think it's a good idea to go. And then he said to me, don't let me drive tonight. And I said, no, I won't, because I don't think it's a good idea. You've had three beers already. And, we could just chill here and go back to the beach tomorrow. It was then it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. So he had by the time the event finished, it was, what time? About 3 o'clock, no, yeah, just coming up to 3 o'clock in the morning. So then he's saying, oh, I want to carry on partying. And I was just like, I'm tired. I just want to set up my tent. It was dark. I didn't know whether I could set up my tent in the dark. There was a campsite nearby. I thought, I'm just going to kick it here. Why don't you stay here and then make your way back in the morning? Because you've had a few things to drink. And then he goes and takes some canna butter, which has got cannabis in it, and his eyes are rolling. I was like, just stay. I don't want to get in the car with him who's like drunk and stoned out of his head. And then he's adamant, oh, you're a killjoy, oh, this is your fault, I was like, how is this my fault? I didn't force the drinks down you. We're here now, might as well just stay and chill. And he's like, I want to go back. We've got the firewood now. I want a fire tonight. And I said, all right, well. And it was, bear in mind, we was going back and forth with this kind of argument. Like, so I say stay. He's saying, oh, come on, let's go. I'm like, go where? He asked these random people if he could join them at their party, and they were just like, who the fuck are you? And I was just like, don't look at me. I was just like, don't look at me, because I am happy to stay here. I don't know what he wants. And they were like, oh, okay, we'll talk to somebody and then we'll come back to you. So blatantly, that's like, just go away. You're not invited to the party. He just invites himself to the party, which is really odd. So then we're back and forth, back and forth. So I say, just stay here. Look, it's probably not a good idea to drive. You know, a couple of hours, it's going to be light soon. It's better to drive because you look at these country roads, right? Look at in the night. There's no street lights. So how are you going to drive in this kind of curvy roads, pitch black? You've had like 5 drinks. You've had cannabis. Are you mad? So when he started to get really whiny and sulky like a kid, and he's like, oh yeah, and I was like, okay, because that really irritated me at that point. And I was like, okay, I'll catch up with you tomorrow then, because I couldn't see why we're arguing, because obviously he wants to do what he wants to do and I want to do what I want to do, so there was no point in arguing. I got my stuff out of his car and said, all right, well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Oh, this view's really nice coming up. So I said, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. And and so this morning came now, and I was like, oh hey, how are you? Where are you? Because I went out to look for his car. His car wasn't there. So he'd obviously had left. So I was like, oh hey, you left then? And he's like, yeah. I said, oh okay, where are you? And he said, oh, I'm outside, let's go. I was like, what? I've opened my eyes. I haven't even packed up my tent yet. It's like, let's go now. I said, so where are you? And he's like, let's go now. That's the text message you last sent. I said, what's the rush? Like, where's he rushing to? Why? You know, it's like, this was 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, what's the rush? And he said, oh right, well, I'll leave you then. You'll just walk off. Good luck with finding your own way around. Have a nice life, kind of thing. What did you say? Okay, let me read the text.